All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, Void Dweller and Apparition. Welcome back to Fata Morgan's A Requiem for Innocence. And it's, I believe, our final stream for Fata Morgana until at least there's apparently Fata Morgana reincarnation, which is apparently even more about when they're in the future, or in the present day. I mean, I'm feeling a lot better than last time in that Archanelico stream, but it's a bit sniffly, but still way better than I was feeling then. Hello, T. Welcome to the stream. So last time we saw Happily Ever After, which was a lovely little vignette of just a day in their lives, and that was just so heartwarming. Seriously, that was amazing. I'm so glad we got that, especially after all the despair. Like, this really needed that. This whole collection of side stories and everything. Oh, Void Dweller, you just missed a little interactions. Not too much. Hello, Oe. Hello, Chichan. Woo! So glad your power issue got sorted. Okay, so today we're going to continue with the backstage shenanigans and end it. Let's see how things go. Get back into it.
Even knowing how it turned out, that was still pretty damn heavy.
Jockey ended up destroying things he cares most about with his own hands. Again. It's pretty dang grim. Yeah.
Now that I think about it, you did kill damn near everyone who had a sprite, did you?
Oh my god! Oh my god, jeez.
Oh my god. Oh, that was too funny. Where I live, at least, the storm is over, G-Chan. It was a couple of hours ago. I don't know if it's where you are, but no. The coughing does not hurt. I'm fine. My throat feels way better than it did for the last Archanelico stream, and I still made that through the whole 2 hours. Oh yeah, the Arceus game. I love that. Looks amazing. If it's as good as it looks, that'll be fucking phenomenal. I hope that I hope that Game Freak delays it at least a year or at least 6 months, because Game Freak are not the best at programming. I don't think that's a controversial opinion. So, really, that looks amazing. For the love of God, take your time with it, Game Freak, because that looks good. Please do not fuck it up. Anyway, back to the game we're actually playing.
Ugh. And if you count breaking Maria's arm as resulting in her death, that makes pretty much the whole gang. That's impressive, kid. You went on a friggin' massacre.
Please, that's enough.
I agree, Void Dweller. Yeah, the Diamond and Pearl remakes look like total phone-ins. Welcome to the House in Fata Morgana finale, where we talk about Pokemon for half the time. Yeah, with the way they worded it, it basically looks like they're doing a shot-for-shot remake almost that basically adds fucking nothing. It looks like with slightly better graphics. It's sad that even Let's Go looks better than that. Anyway, back to this.
If you include minor characters and no names, Francois and Yucky would be neck and neck with him for the gold medal. But Jockey definitely have the most story-relevant kills.
let's shit on Jacopo the entire time.
For the love of all that is holy, don't call me that!
Platinum was awesome. Apparition. The original, I mean.
He went to go hide in the corner.
I think the 1-2 punch of being compared to a serial killer and seeing that smile would bring down just about anybody.
I thought it was pretty funny.
That's true, away. That means it might actually have a chance of being better. Gameplay-wise. They might actually do obvious shit to improve the gameplay that, for whatever reason, Game Freak just doesn't feel like doing. But, you know, that's a pipe dream. Of course you did. You don't comprehend negative emotions.
Now, everyone may have died in Requiem, and most of them because of Jackie. But this is the Backstage Extra!
Hello, Soars! Welcome to the stream.
Whoosh! Everything under the fridge.
And what are y'all planning to do now that you toss the entire game into the water?
How about we go over the characters next?
The characters?
Yup. For example.
Oh, wow. I don't think I ever saw her lower half. What? Okay.
This is what I look like! And I'm sure everyone's picked up on this already. But according to my outline, I was missing all my screws right off the bat.
And that's why you're always so cheerful. Not because you're optimistic, but because you're mad.
Some parts of my brain never turned on, I guess.
So not only are you airheaded, even that air is worthless. Damn, Morgana. Back to savage Morgana.
Also, I have a dull sense of pain.
You kinda have to make it through a childhood like that. Didn't come off as bad as it was really was, because it was colored by you being eternally happy-go-lucky. But thinking back on it, there was some real dark shit. Especially that whole bit when you were 5. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ.
It seemed pretty normal to me.
Oh god, yeah, seriously, that. The world is bad enough without everyone having to go through that.
Okay, next up, Beefcake.
I don't know why they do it twice like this, but okay.
And here's my full bod. What do you think? Look pretty tough, don't I?
Beefcake's profile describes him as a wild animal with unbeatable competitive streak. He's at first and never kind of guy and the second biggest doofus in the cast, only after me.
Hey now, that's just mean. I mean, I hate planning everything out, yeah, but still.
He's like a giant, huggable gorilla slash big brother figure who tries to fix everything by punching it. In another universe, he'd be a shonen mentor. Which is one reason him trying to poison Jackie stood out so much. He was so upset it caused him to resort to real underhanded methods.
Hey, you can't tell me I'm wrong. I'm way stronger than he ever was.
I bet most readers didn't have a very good impression of you with the way you went out either.
Think so? That's kinda a downer. Alright, whoosh it all under the bridge, guys.
Whoosh!
If I'm not enough an idiot to keep up with these two.
But you know, maybe doing, Beefcake? There was a line in the main game that went like, I invite all companions to my manor to discuss matters, but you're being only toyed into an attempt on my life. If someone had a really good memory, they could have maybe made that connection and guess what you'd end up doing.
I guess you got that kind of right. I didn't leave on the best note, and what I did to Jacopo was real shitty. I was cocky and told myself I was better than him in every way. But at the same time, I want to be, there with him. Maybe I wouldn't make a good consul, but there are other things I could have done. Like, head of your guard or something.
That's what I said! That's what I fucking said!
I'd come running to be your right-hand man if you just sent for me.
That's exactly what isn't that what I fucking said?
You were lonely down there in the slums all by yourself, weren't you?
I don't know. I'd say I was disappointed more than anything. I was ready to help with anything, and I'd wish you used me.
Seriously.
I feel you. Nobody was on the same page for most of the game.
I still don't think that justifies trying to kill him.
Whoosh!
Whoosh!
I'm not going to do it.
Alrighty then. Next up is you, Marks.
You can skip me.
No, you're going to!
Oh, and yes, we do it twice for no reason. I'm not going to say anything.
So there's a full view of Morgs. This is what Giselle and itty bitty and her clothes would be too big. Adorable, huh? Maybe if you pose this for them.
Absolutely not.
Bleh. Also, 12-year-old Morgs is actually shorter than Nellie. But if she was shown at her actual height, the text box would cover her almost all the way.
Isn't that the sad fate of visual novels when you have children and adults? You can't properly show the height difference because of the fucking text box. So yeah, they have to kind of cheat a little bit. We'll just say that all children in visual novels are standing on crates every time they're on screen in their when they're in the same season as an adult.
So her sprites were bumped up a bit. And she's not the only one who's not shown to scale either. Boss is only 160 centimeters tall, but he's placed really high up on the screen too.
Oh god. And here I was hoping that she was a little bit tall, but god damn it! What I wouldn't give to be 160 centimeters tall.
Just pretend she's wearing some wicked heels. Everyone's sprites are positioned so you have a rough idea of their relative heights, so don't take it as true to life.
May I be excused?
I'd hoping you give a comment first.
I have nothing to say.
Pah! Okie dokie cookie. You're next up, Ducky. Oh, Chucky! Huh?
He's over here in the corner, making a face like it's just CG.
Oh, you, Jockey.
Oh, Jackie! And then the audience goes, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. Like that's the catchphrase. Oh, Jackie. Oh, Jackie has been filmed for a live studio audience. I love it. Ah, jeez.
Hey! Morg said she has something super important to tell you.
I beg your pardon.
What is it? I'm all ears!
That took less than 2 seconds. I have nothing to say to you. Go back to your corner and die again.
Stop! It's your turn to show your full body strength, jockey. So perk up and make yourself presentable.
And the one, here we go, it's the voice time. And then we do the second time. It's the same sprite, so I don't know why we do it.
I said perk up! Not whatever the heck that is.
May I be excused?
Oh, not you too. Why can't you go back to that tough-spirited jockey in the first half? You were super duper impressive in your fight against Francois.
You think so?
That was certainly your peak, at least. And it was all downhill from there. Yep.
Oh.
Morgs! It was just getting him back in the spirit. We talked a bunch about what kind of character Jockey is already. He's just as inadequate as he looks.
I am not inadequate.
Jockey's got 2 modes. His softer, more approachable mode, and his all business, no fun allowed mode. It's the latter we're all most familiar with. It's not till you see things from his perspective that you realize there's more there. From the outside, Jackie just looks like a huge monster. Especially all the ways you killed Snowy in the main game. Talk about ruthless.
It was that man with the sword who did most of the killing, as I recall.
You did shoot him, and you ordered him killed several times.
Maybe that'll teach him to toughen up if he wants to be pro-tag material. How can he call himself the hero if he doesn't even know how to wield a sword? He's got the vitality of a housefly and a little sunlight to knock him out. How much more pathetic can you get?
And yet he still got the girl in the end, and got to live a peaceful life with her. Unlike you.
Oh.
He's a pacifist, like Gandhi and Frisk.
Except for that time he attacked me with a goddamn whiskey bottle.
You can't complain about something that happened in a game that was never translated into English. You'll just confuse the readers. I was wondering what the fuck he was talking about. What?
I'd say it is, Void Dweller.
The point is, Snowy's the total opposite of you. Plus, he's actually somewhere in between boy and girl, so you shouldn't go trying to apply your fragile masculinity to him.
Oh yeah, they said the line again. They said the fucking line.
Woo! I broke Jackie.
She didn't even hesitate to reveal his secret. Why on earth does she know that anyway?
Don't joke about that sort of thing. It's not funny.
Well, but it's true.
What the hell does that make him?
Can anyone think about anything else about Jackie we haven't mentioned?
He's a lot more skilled with his hands than you think.
Oh yeah, that's right. He can even play the lute.
Oh, that part where he jacked one from a guy off the street. Yeah, that fucking slayed me.
He's not a half-bad singer either.
Oh, that's Maria, sorry. He's not a half-bad singer either, but you never guess it from looking at him. And that's not something that was added for Requiem neither. Came up with the main game too. Remember that flashback in the third door when we were singing together? There's also a short story somewhere where you're humming to yourself.
Even the worst Italian ever born is still an Italian at heart.
Oh, come on. Mussolini, hello. I guarantee you I'm far from the worst.
Exactly.
But music-y stuff is something you stop doing once you go no fun allowed mode. It gets tossed along with everything else about your younger self.
It's too bad y'all couldn't have kept even one sympathetic trait.
If you look closely at the background graphic for the Lord's bedroom, there's a lute in it though.
Damn, these guys are like... I'm like having to switch voices left and right. Jesus Christ. Alright.
Maybe he did keep playing.
By himself.
How lonely.
That's pretty sad. Fittingly pathetic.
I shouldn't have said nothing. I'll take every last one of you out back.
Not about covers jockey. You're up next, boss.
Huh? How come I didn't show my legs like everyone else?
You don't have a full body sprite, boss.
What? I reckon that's discrimination. Why the hell do I keep getting the short end of the stick?
Sorry, boss. The staff were kind of fumbling around in the dark as he made the games, and it wasn't until Requiem that the sprites were given legs. But because of that, it offered a lot more possibilities for animations and stuff. So hopefully you'll give them a break. They're still learning.
Oh, all right, fine. Yeah, that's right. She used her sprite from the original game. Through and through. I think she's one of the only ones, actually. Yeah, she's the only one that didn't have a new sprite. No, actually, Mel kept his old sprite. Yuki Masa kept his old sprite. Yeah. Really, only Jacopo and Morgana were the ones, the holdovers, because they're the main characters of this, given new sprites.
Everyone just imagine Boss's beautiful legs.
Make him sexy as hell.
So, in the third door, you came off super scary with the way you betrayed Jockey. But in the final one, you were more of a tough, reliable big sister. And Requiem focused even more on how much you care about your friends.
That's always been who I am. My friends, my family, mean more than anything else to me. Revenge for what the Bearzadas did to my family was what pushed me to go so far in the third door. But God, that damn attack on the brothel and Requiem really did ruin everything. If only no one gave a signal for these guys to attack us. Huh, Jerry. If that hadn't happened, Morgana wouldn't have been taken. Jacopo wouldn't have got that dumb ideas into his head. We could have all just stayed together.
Yup. It really all comes back to that. Oh, I wish I could kill whoever caused that.
And then everyone together.
It was you!
It was y'all. It was you.
It was you! Sharon, I'm possessed with the desire to grab you by both cheeks, pull on them as hard as I can, and give you an earful about how you don't have any goddamn right to talk about the event with any words except, I'm sorry.
Woo! Aggressive much, Chucky?
One of these days.
Oh my god! Oh my god, I gave him the perfect voice for this!
One of these days, Jaren. One of these days. Pow! Zoom! Straight to the moon.
Oh my god! Although, the main game did end with me and Jacopo not on the best terms. So it's nice that people got to see us enjoying ourselves in Requiem.
I suppose so.
Okie dokie. So that covers the main 5 of us from the Slums. Next up is Jackie's favorite console.
Oh, Odilon is gonna be here. I don't know how I can face him after how we parted ways. Hey, German, do you think you could wait and do it separate?
Old Lun!
Hey, damn it, let me! Ho ho! 'Tis been much too long. I must confess, I was not expecting to be summoned here. Hey, nice to see you.
Sorry, something's wrong with my microphone. Sorry for those clicks. Damn it, sorry. Fuck berries, what's going on?
Well, well, why such a guilty look on your face, my boy? Did you do something you would be ashamed of to admit me? Oh, I mean, you're still learning. As long as the whole city didn't burn down in an apocalyptic flame only a few short years after I gone, I believe you did as well as you could. Yeah, about that. 'Twas but a simple lark. Hold your head high, my lord. I bear much of the blame myself for leaving you behind so early in your growth. No, you're not to blame for any of my mistakes. 'Twas my sole duty to teach and guide you for the length of your rule. I should have chased that scoundrel out despite your objections. Perhaps even poisoned him myself. Whoa, 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 Gramps. Getting a little faster there.
Silence, peasant! You are the one who made an attempt on his life.
I mean, you got a point, but...
You're beginning to whoosh everything under the bridge. Now's the time to have fun.
Getting a bit lambda delta in there. Sorry. Okay.
Oh yeah, Jared is not Lambda Delta. Jared is more like this.
Okay, let's see. You know, Jacopo, it strikes me.
Yes?
You're not a total shit heap when you get someone to keep you in line. That's true.
Like I said, Jockey just needs a friend.
A friend would help, sure. But what he really needs is someone to kick him in the ass every time he tries to steer the train off a fucking cliff.
That metaphor doesn't even make sense.
Oh, yes, it does. Just think about it for more than 2 seconds. Don't try to deflect from the point, asshole. Oh, speak of the devil, Lambda Delta. Welcome to the stream.
His heart is in the right place, at least. Nevertheless, I only knew him for a short spell. And he was a very hard-working man during that time, so my impression of him is mostly positive.
We should show this old man what a bastard he was during the third door.
I don't think I've ever heard Morgana swear before. And what did he do in this third door?
He constantly insulted and belittled his wife until he broke her. Oh, yes, and I forgot to mention he locked her in a cage. For weeks on end.
My lord, you must show care and respect for your family.
Yeah, you're absolutely 110% correct. I regret everything I did. And I spent decades living with that regret.
The reason you turned out that way must be because you had no one in this third door to guide you down the correct path. And with no one to open up to, you are to wear your mask in perpetuity. All the negativity festering inside until you are permanently corrupt.
Hold on.
Here go. I shall reincarnate in this third door and ensure that does not happen.
You'll what? Oh, come on. What is this, Higurashi Go? You can't make a third timeline.
I will stand by my lord's side and make certain he does not stray from the path even a single step.
Sorry. Slow down. Stop. You're going to destroy the main game's whole story.
And good riddance!
Please stay away from it. Jaren, hurry up and show this old man Sprite so we can get rid of him. He's going to undermine the entire story.
I think it'd be fun to see what he does.
No, it wouldn't. Not in the slightest. My curse will have been all for nothing.
Very well. You may regard my old weary frame.
Hello, Mystery Theater. Welcome to the stream.
And with that, I shall take my leave.
I wish we got to spend more time with him. He was very nice. I mean, in the main story.
Oh, you're not gonna stay for longer?
A consulate must operate from behind the scenes, my boy.
Well, they do have the same voice, so it's easy to mix them up, Void Dweller.
I am happy to have been given the opportunity to briefly appear.
If you say so.
Be well, my lord. And may happiness find you in your next life.
Somehow I doubt that.
Thanks, and you too.
Farewell, until we meet again.
Alrighty then. That leaves one last character with a full body spray. Let's come on down.
Whoa. Slow down. I know exactly who you're talking about.
But he's so nice.
He does look like Christopher Lee. Absolutely, Mystery Theater.
You are not bringing that man here, are you? What, do you want to kill Collider's voice?
Why wouldn't I? This is supposed to be a fun event, with everyone wishing everything under the bridge.
That tyrant has a very different definition of fun than the rest of us.
Oh, Francois!
Damn it, you actually... You summoned me. Go right back to hell wherever you came from! It would appear I've stumbled upon a swarm of filthy maggots. Where's the bug spray, Jaren? I need you to clean up this mess.
Francois, bug spray hasn't been invented yet.
Oh, how unfortunate.
There's so much wrong with this, I don't even know where to begin.
Okie dokie. Could you stand right there and give me your best smile, Francois?
But of course, how could I not grant the wish of my most prized possession? That is not a smile!
There ain't a smile! That is not a smile.
There ain't no smile.
I think it is.
Honey, there ain't no smile.
Feast your unworthy mortal eyes upon the noble body of the great Jean-Francois Varnier. My blood is genuine, unlike a certain impostor.
You're giving me goosebumps.
I wonder if the real reason Odilon ran off is because he didn't want to run into Barnier. That has to be it. I can't think of any other reason.
Francois was the villain for the first half, but by the end I think he seemed like a pretty decent guy.
What's everyone else think? I would not call him a decent guy. No. He is a great character, though. I do agree, Ji-chan. I cannot disagree with you more. The mere sight of this man's face makes me want to vomit. Not to mention he was the one I wanted to curse most, and I missed him! And yet another fault that I can attribute to Jacopo.
Sure, he did a bunch of really bad things, but he did say a couple super good things. Ain't that how it works in our religion? You can just make everything go completely great regardless of any bad thing you did, as long as you repent before you die. And then you get to go to heaven. It's totally great! Plus he fought all real valiant and brave in the end. He's an inspiration.
Oh, a lord could hardly carry out his duties if he cowered in fear at the sight of a couple of peasants.
Just because what he's saying sounds reasonable, don't mean you can forget he's a crazed mass murderer.
You would call a man entertaining himself with his private property morally objectionable.
Understatement of the century.
If this wasn't a
damn extra, I'd lop your head off right here.
Oh god.
like so.
Everyone goes,
Ah!
Ugh. Child's play. Don't just pull up that damn graphic without any warning. You're gonna give me a heart attack. Don't do jump scares.
my soul left my body for a moment.
Huh. You can act like you went out in a blaze of glory. But don't forget you were begging for your life at the end. That hardly constitutes begging. In what universe does "oh no, please don't kill me" not count as begging for your life? One must be crying and clawing at their attacker, wailing for mercy through a fit of pathetic sobs in order to properly count as begging for their life. I did none of that. Yet that was precisely the wording used in the main game. Oh,
That was Barnier.
yet that was precisely the wording used in the main game. I would like to have a word with the author. Maybe we could have some fun.
The main game was just a shorter version, so cut him some slack. Your character wasn't fully established at that point. Gotta do a bit of retcons.
Do not coddle them. In reality, my character was no more than a vague concept when it was written. Christ, he's attacking the author now.
Y'all did kind of come off like a third-rate villain in the main game. Yeah. Just seeing that, I didn't expect y'all to be developed the way you were in Requiem.
Francois needed to have a real firm driving force behind him, even as the big body, or he'd fall flat in his final confrontation against Jackie. Palacio thus had the super important responsibility of getting into Jackie's head after he was dead. So he needed to be big and imposing, or he couldn't do that.
Makes sense, I guess. On a slightly different subject, I just remember the whole deal with y'all having your eye on someone's back in the first part.
Yeah?
Well, to start, this is what y'all said at the Midsummer Festival. He's got trouble expressing his feelings. He kind of looks angry a lot of the time. He can be pretty haughty. But I think he's a pretty great guy, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yep, that was me.
Tell me, Jaren, in what way does this man have trouble expressing his feelings?
You don't think he does? The whole reason he had to kill his family is because he couldn't talk to them about what he was feeling. In that way, he and Jackie are a lot alike.
Those are not the same kind of feelings we're talking about.
No?
Whatever, moving on. Then he kind of looks angry a lot of the timeline. Kinda doesn't even begin to describe it.
It's the perfect fit in my mind.
I refuse to believe that.
Moving on. The other two I can sort of buy at least. He can be pretty haughty, and I think he's a pretty great guy.
So, you two were a thing?
You betcha!
We most certainly were not.
Oh. What? Oh, Francois. You don't need to be shy just because there are other people around.
You seem to be confused, Jaren. I did say that you were the second most important thing in the world to me, after myself. But I never said I meant so romantically.
Damn, he really is the fucking Joker.
What does that make me then?
My pet!
Your pet?
Surely even you will feel something about that.
Damn! What the hell? What is this, Umi Neko getting character development in the freaking extra bonus extra? Jesus Christ. Of course, Jaren.
I'm more than happy to be your pet. I get food and a bed and lots of attention. It's perfect.
You never let me down, Jaren. Very well then. Run in a circle and bark for me.
Woof, woof, woof.
Oh, God.
I can't deal with this.
In any other backstage event, it would be the embodiment of fragile masculinity over there making all the ruckus. I love that, how the creators just are running with that. With that line. Seriously. My God. I love it. I fucking love how they're just running with that line. But it would seem the two of them have somehow managed to outclass him. Jaren, This covers all the characters, right? We're all done here now?
Well, I mean, aside from the cameos.
Because I'd like to be on my way.
Do you really not want to spend any more time with little old meme works?
It has nothing to do with spending time with you specifically. But there are too many who I'd like to get out of my presence as soon as humanly possible.
Morgana, please tell me I'm wrong here, and you're not putting me in the same category as him.
Well, let's see. Oh, there are 2 people here who cut me and used me for my blood. There are 2 people here who imprisoned me and chained me up. And there are 2 people here who kept me in dark dungeons. Presumably until the rest of my days. I wonder, could those possibly be the 2 people I would not want to be in the presence of?
It genuinely hurts being lumped in with that monster. I feel like I've been kicked in the gut.
So if you don't mind, I'll be taking my leave now.
And going where?
To see Michel, obviously.
Every single time! Why is it always Michel with you?
Because he's the one who ultimately led me to salvation. And he'd passed the bare minimum requirement of not using me for my blood and locking me in a tower. Which seems to be an awfully high bar for present company.
Oh. You know, that doesn't nullify everything we have between us.
No, you did a perfectly good job of that all by yourself. God, Savage Morgana, the best. Jeez. Yes. Now, so long, everyone. Au revoir.
Wait!
Jockey, this is the time for you to go after her! You locked up both Morgs and half your soul. A little stalking should be a piece of cake for you. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That just makes it sound like I'm some sort of deviant.
You are!
You are, Jacopo!
Damn it. I was just gonna go after her anyway. I won't just sit here with my thumb up my ass while she goes see him.
Freak leg! And not hers. I have a tag along too. This sounds fun.
Oh my god. And he's still here. Oh my god. Bartier is still here. This screenshot right here reminds me of, like, you know that one meme of all the girls, like, you know, like it's like a picture going off of all the girls at a party and they're like holding the red cups and they're looking like super awkwardly at the person taking the photo. Yeah, that's what this screenshot right here reminds me of. Oh my god. What? Y'all leaving me alone with the two of them? No, that one meme with the girls is what I... Oh, yay! So, Michel, what book should we read together next?
The classic we read last time was almost put me to sleep. Harsh reminder of how much my mind is acclimated to the times.
Then how about something lighter and more modern? Say, perhaps Harry Potter...
What in heaven's name was that? Do you think really I would want to read Harry Potter? With who the author is, I mean seriously.
Oh yeah. Is someone trying to break in? I'll call the police.
You stay there. I'll go look.
Was there no nicer way to get in here? And what in my father's name are you doing here?
I couldn't let you go see him alone.
Get your hands off me, you wretch!
Wretch!
Morgs, you're squishing me! Could you get off?
Oh, for heaven's sake!
I know that voice.
So do I. Ugh, what a nightmare. Nice to see you again. Michel, maid. My name's Giselle. Yes, maid, I know. Oh. What? Why are you staring? Oh, you don't understand that we just popped in out of nowhere. Well, you know, this is another one of those backstage extras, so a little bit of space-time distortion is. Oh my gosh! She's the most adorable thing I've ever seen! What? Look at how small she is! I just want to squeeze her to bits! Oh, but Chikaini! I would rather you didn't. You agree with me, don't you, Michel? Isn't tiny Morgana just the most precious thing in the world?
She is a lovely girl, yes.
Oh, is that so?
I beg your pardon. Wonderful, the noisy one's here too. The Michel I know would never say that. You're supposed to be an emotionally and socially stunted shut-in. A lot can change in a millennium. I seem to recall speaking my mind during the final chapter anyway. 1,000 years isn't long enough to dethrone King Nate. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I am currently both employed and in a relationship that lets me go on dates. Outside. I nearly fell asleep listening to you describe that. That aside.
You're looking quite young, Jacopo.
Well, it's a long story.
Beep beep. And who's this young lady?
I'm Jaren, the heroine of Requiem for Innocence.
Excuse me. That's my title, thank you very much.
Since you've accepted your position as the story's heroine, does that mean you also accept you have a faded connection to me, the hero?
No. Never mind. Jaren, you can keep the role.
At least consider it.
I'll, bring everyone something to drink. Well, thank you for catching us up. It's been a while since we've done one of these. How exciting.
And it's also kind of nice being in a different role this time.
Going around talking to everyone is a lot of work, yeah? I would have much preferred you to him.
What are you doing standing over there?
We're split up into light side and dark side groups.
That's true.
The two of us have been through so much already. I'd like for the rest of our lives to be nice and relaxed. Even outside of canon.
Our story this time was for happy from start to finish.
It was a very lovely date, yes.
Three seconds till Jackie's gasket blows. 3, 2, 1.
Don't give a countdown, you lout. It doesn't even make any sense. You can't end the main story like that. And then follow it up with a bunch of empty fluff. Who gives a damn about you eating popcorn?
I do. Oh my god. I gotta love this sprite and this sprite together. Amazing. Do you prefer your sweet or salty, Yakupo? Oh my god! That's a good burn. Damn. Some of Morgana rubbed off on Giselle in those 1,000 years.
Salty.
Clearly. Oh my god, yes! There's Michel to finish it!
Well, you are what you eat. That said, I do agree that such a light-hearted, relaxed story feels out of place in the same package as Requiem. However, what? It's entirely your fault Giselle had to spend a millennium as the maid. If you were just able to behave like a reasonable, damned human being, all of this could have been avoided.
I love how this has become the roast of Yakupo. This entire thing. Have just been everybody dogpiling on Yakupo, and you can't even get mad because he totally deserves it. And then there's Jared just saying it right there.
Everyone gets a chance to lay the smackdown on Jackie here.
The only one who hasn't appeared yet was Imion. Who had a sprite, I mean. It was a long, long time ago, though. Let's put the past behind us and enjoy this special occasion. Besides, that period of my life isn't just a bad memory to me anymore. Sure, it was hard to get through. But I wouldn't be here with Michel as happy as I am if it wasn't for that. And hey, honestly, I'd rather spend my married life with him in the 21st century than in the 10th century. Seriously. All's well that ends well. The main game may have had a good ending, but Requiem most certainly did not.
Alright, let's talk about something else. I'm gonna die of an ulcer at this rate. Michel, Jaren was telling me something curious earlier. And what would that be? That's your, how should I put this? Just spit it out, you're giving me the creeps. That you're physically only partly a man? First of all, where on earth did Jaren hear that? And second, why the hell would you bring that up in a casual conversation topic?
Thank you, Michel.
I guess it's safe to assume she was telling the truth.
I'm sorry, Snowy. I never meant to hurt anyone.
But she frequently does, because her head is as empty as Yakupo's heart.
Also, is Snowy referring to me?
Cute nickname, isn't it?
Sure, I suppose. Call me whatever you want. Fine.
Do you have a nickname for me?
Huh. Our names both start with J sounds, so that'd get confusing. Let's see. How about Boo?
Don't you dare finish that word.
Oh my god.
Okay, Elliot is.
She was gonna call her boobs or something. Yay! It feels so nice to be called by a nickname.
Quite frankly, it's not a detail I want to go spreading around, as my body was the source of much torment in my life.
Michel and I traveled down similar paths. I was a saint who became a witch.
and he an angel who became a demon. Oh, that was how we were seen by others, at least.
Oh my god, but jeez. Chi-chan, oh my god, if she but she started with Boo though. She started her first nickname with Boo. So she was gonna call her Boobs or something.
The both of us, we are like unto God. And you are as far from God as man can fall.
Well, that doesn't change what I think. That you're just an ordinary girl. Nothing special, breathing the same air as me.
While I was the one who helped her turn back from a witch in the main game. You should offer her your hand next time. If there is a next time. And don't let go. I've made it perfectly clear. I have no intention of our souls crossing paths ever again. And he's already said his goodbyes as well. However insignificant the chance may be, it's human nature to want to root for it to happen.
One such improbability was the last scene of our story in this game. We managed to reunite, so I'm sure everyone else will too.
If by some cruel twist of fate I am to cross paths with him again, I will still never forgive him.
I don't expect you to.
In any event, didn't the author say somewhere I was supposed to reincarnate into a butterfly or a cat or some such? Ideas come and go. Consider that yet another of many possibilities. All the possibilities in the cat box. The cat what? Sorry, wrong story. That would have been much a crueler twist of fate than anything. Requiem was already much darker than I had anticipated. All that I had seen before this was bits and pieces of his past. It's hard not to pity him for the way everything crumbled down around him in his younger days. And I didn't know how the ending played out either. I always assumed he had just kept his feelings to himself and let Morgana die. So I was surprised when he actually told her in the end. Of course, he waited far too long and none of it got through to her.
What's the matter, Snowy? You're staring off into space.
It's nothing. In any event, good luck to you.
I don't need your damn well wishes.
Very well then.
It'd be amazing present day too, Morgs. I bet we'd be right about the same age, maybe in secondary school together.
Keep me the same class, that'd be great. I could go to the mall and I could wear all these pink fluffy clothes and you could be like in all the dark gothic clothes and we could be such a pair of characters together.
I would drop out the first day.
Why do you have to be like that, Morgs?
You never stop talking.
Then I'll try to talk less. But I really want to be your friend again, Morgs. And there's all sorts of stuff we could do together, like going shopping for cute clothes. That's just what I said. And because I'm such a big doof, my grades would be terrible. You could help me study for tests and stuff. And like I could help you socialize and come out of your shell. Oh my god, I could just see it as a sitcom. It could be like a Nickelodeon sitcom. And we could have just this goofy ass song like Jared and Morgs, going at the mall. It's Jared and Morgs doing all the stuff in class. getting into trouble 'cause it's Jerry and Morgs. That's hardly a song. Who on earth would watch that show?
I would. Oh, and then Francois could be our teacher. It'd be perfect.
God damn you, Jaren. A perfect nightmare!
I expect that class would show up on the news within the first month.
Exactly.
We, seem to have gotten off track. May I ask why you're asking about what's between my legs? I just thought I might have to be more careful with my words if it was true. Are you even capable of choosing your words? Oh, for the love of God.
Your tongue's got much sharper, Michel. All the better.
I have had 1,000 years to work on it. Now you don't need to get weird or walk on eggshells. I'm a man and that's all there is to it.
Hell yeah, Michel.
Woo!
So badass.
My being intersex does not change who I know myself to be. And this body is no longer a cause of fear or anxiety. I've made peace with who I am, and you should too. Very well. Seems Prime was not required. I will continue to treat you the same way as I always have. Please do. You know, while I'm not at all fond of your high and mighty act, it was actually moderately decent of you.
Same, Michel. I totally agree.
Only moderately. You're much more agreeable like this, and far less grating to speak with as well.
Lord/businessman Jacopo is a massive riot, though.
Never once have I tried to get a laugh out of someone.
Oh yeah, Jacopo. In your description on the main game's website, it said you will readily toss aside anything to achieve your goals. It just struck me that you yourself was one of the things you threw out.
Dumped his whole life right into the garbage, he did.
Put a sock in it. Try to be a little more selective about what you get rid of next time. At heart, you're not a completely evil man. Although you're like 99%. Huh.
So back to the previous topic, Snowy. You said your body's the same in this life as before.
That's correct. I used my wish at the end of the main game to reunite with Giselle. But I have no misgivings about my body anymore. I've embraced who I am, and I'm firm in my identity, and the most important thing is me being with her.
And together there's nothing we can't accomplish.
Indeed.
Save it for when you don't have company.
Well, I hope you have a fulfilling life. What? Why are you all giving me that look? Can you blame us? No one expected to hear those words coming out of your mouth.
The sky's gonna fall tomorrow. Did you eat something you shouldn't have?
Every time I try to say something nice, this always happens.
Can you blame them? It's like finding a needle in a haystack. With that and Morgana, we've now got double blessings. We're unstoppable!
We have a long, happy life ahead of us.
Well, it's about time we hop back onto our own time period.
Yes, you two go on home. I live here now, in between the two of them.
It's the perfect fit for me, in every sense of the word. There's no room for either of you. Farewell, Jacopo, Jaren. May our souls never cross paths again in the boundless sphere of fate. Yes, I got to say my line again.
Should I drag her back?
No.
What? Hey, let go. Get your filthy hands off me.
We're whining to move your butt.
Do you want me to bite you?
Go right ahead.
God damn it, Morgana, why'd you have to say that?
Fucking, that little brat, she actually did it!
Bye, Snowy. Bye, Ellie. It was nice meeting you. And thanks for helping Jackie open up a little.
We didn't do anything.
I hope we can all meet again someday. I'll miss you, Jaren.
Me too.
Goodbye. Until we meet again.
Bye. Love you. Woo!
She was quite the lively girl.
That she was.
But I had fun, and there were some nice surprises.
Indeed. Young Morgana showing up was certainly unexpected.
Plus, Jacopo being unusually open, and Jaren being this bright ball of energy were both wonderful. But the best part of all was definitely getting to see you smiling so much with everyone else, Michel.
Oh, you don't need to worry so much about me anymore, Giselle.
Whoa! Where'd the space-time distortion take us this time?
Get your hands off me already. I'm gonna curse your soul for all eternity.
Huh? I thought you said you would have nothing to do with me anymore, including no coices.
Why are you suddenly back on your high horse?
More like I'm back on my game.
Please, just let this be over. Just because we're currently outside of canon doesn't mean I'm going to ignore anything you did in canon. All the pain and misery you caused me is still real. No amount of joking will ever make it go away. You're an irredeemable monster.
I know. I just hope that one day I can help make it so the good memories far outnumber the bad. I know you said we won't ever cross paths again, but I still want to atone for what I did to you. To you, and the other half of your soul. That's all I want.
Your efforts will all be in vain.
Maybe, but I'll deal with that when I come to it.
There we go. I hate to interrupt this really serious conversation, but how long are we going to have to wait here off to the side? I knew it!
Hey! Look, it's the boy formerly known as Mel!
What? Then who am I now? Oh, bollocks. This is a bit of a sticky wicket, and who the hell are you? Heck. Sorry for swearing.
I'm Francois's pet.
Hey, don't use that name, you buffoon. I think you're talking about me.
What? You mean the man standing right there? Jean-Francois Bonnier? Though he's a bit younger than I remember. I knew you were a creep, but now you're making people into pets. You've hit rock bottom.
You want another taste of my fist, huh, punk? For the record, I am not the man she calls Francois. I won't get into the details, but I just had to assume his name.
Sure. Whatever you say. I totally believe you. Wait, hold on a second. Maybe I'm just imagining it. But you, Barnier or whatever your name is, don't seem like as much of a stuck-up jerk as I remember.
The boy formerly known as Mel is starting to freak out.
Stop that. I'm not formally known as anything. Oh no! What? Nellie and Jared are together! No! God damn it! I knew this was gonna fucking happen. Fuck! 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 Nellie had literally like 2 fucking lines in this story. God damn it. Fuck. 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 Fuck, 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 fuck. We're just gonna have to deal with it.
It's the Santas. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. She's so tiny and mini Santas. She's adorable.
Would you please stop shouting in my ear? You're going to make me go deaf.
Come here and have tea with me, Santas. I've got rose petals to put in the teacups to make it even yummier. And there's also cake littered with sugar. Oh, that sounds great. I want some cake too. Yeah, I know it sounds great. I know.
Oh, god damn it. Why do they have to be in stereo now?
I don't know who you are, but I love your voice, and I'm such a nice girl. I'll let you have some too. Yahoo!
I'm not going to have snacks with you. And you sure are unusually clingy considering how much you despise the other half of my soul.
The first door goes whoosh right under the fridge.
It's spreading. It's pretty crazy how girls can go from nothing to friends in the blink of an eye, huh?
Oh yeah, so who's the dirty hobo?
I don't look that bad.
Every boy other than my first and second brothers is gross by default. So you'll have to try a lot harder than that. When Jackie starts trying to impress people, he gets drunk on money and power, so please don't encourage him.
It got quite lively in here while we were away.
Hey guys, it's been forever. Haven't seen you in...
Well, I haven't seen the 2 of you before at all. Jeez, this is like a freaking voice convention here. The only ones we're missing are like Battler, Lambda, and Berncastle. I can't think of any others that I do that aren't in here. Jeez. And oh yeah, and Higginmana.
I swear, every last one of you has the same reaction.
He says he's the Lord, and due to plot contrivances, he's younger than when we knew him. The Lord.
It's not that odd to make the connection, is it? I mean, I don't look that different.
The Lord was more purple, I thought.
Don't associate people with their clothes. Use their faces, you brain-dead feral dog.
I'm beginning to wonder if Yucky would be able to tell the difference between you and Francois, even if he wasn't nutso.
That's true. Hideyoshi isn't that... Yeah. He's not that similar to Jacopo. Yeah, I think it stands out from Jacopo, yeah. Oh, also, oh yeah, Maria, the little Maria voice isn't here. That's true. Maybe I should use that for Nellie since she's younger.
Oh, also, where's my second brother and the maid? Didn't they come with you?
Yeah, I'll just use the Maria voice for her, the little Maria.
They're busy flirting with each other in the present day.
That's not fair. I want to see the present day too. Ooh. If you wish hard enough, maybe you'll end up there. There's tons of different cakes to choose from too. Let's go to the Cheesecake Factory.
I love Cheesecake Factory.
Woo!
It's a shame they don't have any in Australia. They have something called Cheesecake Factory in Australia, but instead of being the lovely restaurant Cheesecake Factory, it's actually literally just a cheesecake shop. It makes more sense. Which is depressing. God, there's so many restaurants I miss from America that that aren't in Australia. Olive Garden, TGI Fridays, On the Border, Outback fucking Steakhouse, ironically, Macaroni Grill, Hula Hands. Ah, damn. All these fucking restaurants, I miss them so terribly. Aside from my family, they're probably the number one thing I miss from America. Jesus Christ. I love those restaurants so much, you guys. They were just my happy place. Alright. Let's see, back here. I wanna go too. You and me both, Pauline. But I put on some white recently and I'm trying to shake it off. Ain't that a mood? Oh God, sister. And sister, literally. Oh God, I feel you there. I know that soars, but it takes like 5 hours to get there. It's like, it's not even on the train line. I saw it. I don't even know if it's still open or if they closed due to the pandemic. Maybe from where you live, it's 10 minutes away, Soars. I don't want him to abandon me, because I'm not to his liking.
I love a woman with powerful appetites, Pauline.
Then Cheesecake Factory, here I come! Oh yeah! Hooray! We can all go together!
I can't even bring myself to make a jab about it. He always says exactly what she wants to hear.
You'll come with us too, won't you, my dear Snow?
What, me? I don't know. I feel really awkward being the only guy with a bunch of girls. There's going to be so many of them there.
If you want to fit in better, you can just dress up like a girl.
Why, is that the first thing your mind jumps to?
I think you'd look dashing as a girl, dear Snow.
Southside, I will say this, Soars. Southside has way more malls. All y'all got is Chermside. Well, we got literally everything else. Yoto would make a lovely pair of sisters.
Then we'll have to go dress shopping for Mal first.
Could you please not?
If you want to come, Jackie, we can dress you up all nice and pretty too.
Like hell. Don't try to get a reaction at me either, because it won't work.
I didn't know you were into that, Lord.
You seem to really want to relive my fist obliterating your gut, boy.
I would kind of like to see that, though. Not the Lord, but Yukimasa. It's okay, Ji-chan. It's pretty late. You can go to bed if you want. Pauline, if that is what you truly desire of me.
You are allowed to say no, you realize.
If we're only to faff about like fools, then I will be taking my leave.
You are just looking for any excuse to bail, aren't you?
Oh. You seem really prickly and not in a very good mood, Saintess. More so than usual, I mean.
That shouldn't be any surprise, when the most upsetting man in the world is still in my line of sight. Huh. I don't think there's much for us to talk about this time, really. Yeah, you guys were barely in the story.
Yo, what the heck? I barely got any screen time in this game. I'm calling my lawyer. Woo!
Australia is like allergic to family restaurants. Void Dweller, seriously. It's like they literally don't fucking exist. You have high-end hoity-toity and fast food. And that's basically it. It's sad. And I look even more pathetic after this.
You're only useful if you got Snowy to nudge you in the right direction. Boy formerly known as Mel.
I'm not... Oh, never mind. It's not worth it. I too lost a few points with this story. Without that angel's help, the both of us end up as villains. I actually feel like I might have gained some points. 2 scenes left. Okay. Thank you, Apparition. Do you know around how much time, roughly? I know there's at least a half hour left. So, Jichan, if you feel really tired... I actually feel like you might have gained some points. You were kind of more controlled here than in the main game. That's true. He barely went crazy.
Very true. Hey, Yaki, could you do your catchphrase for me?
My catchphrase.
Pretend a violent goon just came crashing through the window. And you can do whatever you want to him.
Shall I kill him?
Yes!
I'm not sure I would call that a catchphrase.
Yukimasa, remember what we agreed on. No more talking like that. Of course, Pauline. I was merely acting for the girl.
Oh, okay, that's a relief.
I may need to curse the beast again. Anyway, he was a monster from start to finish. Wait, there's even more content after the backstage? Are you serious? And everyone came into this knowing that, so I doubt public opinion is any worse than it already was.
We even got to see his wicked smile more times than in the main game, if I'm counting right.
Well, he's nothing if not consistent. Michel may have talked him into helping out, but he never actually felt shame or regret about what he'd done.
The closest he gets to breaking free from that is in the second door. Maybe what we need to do is knock his memories out of him again.
And bring Bestia back? Are you out of your mind? That's it. I'm glad I got to see everyone again, even at the cost of my reputation. I hope we can do this again sometime. I explicitly said we wouldn't, as you might recall. I mean, I guess, but...
As times change, so does the heart, Saintess.
Sorry. That's right. Well said, Nelly.
It'd be super sad if it ended Requiem in the same place as the main game. Besides, you need to go to the Cheesecake Factory with us.
Oh, I wish I could.
You're never going to stop talking about this place, are you?
Damn! The author of this must have really loved Cheesecake Factory.
You're all free to believe what you want. Nothing is going to change where I stand on this matter.
I wonder if Cheesecake Factory Japan sponsored this or something.
You're a stubborn saintess.
That is sort of a prerequisite to cursing someone for a millennium, yes.
Didn't you say that strong wishes come true, though? Oh, that's right. With certainty! So I'll be really hard for us to see each other again.
Does your us include my other half, the white-haired girl?
What?
You can't stand her, can you?
I'll play nice with her next time, I promise. I'm not the girl I used to be. Not anymore.
I see. Well, if by some impossibly remote chance you do run into her, be sure to apologize. I doubt she bears any ill will over it, though. You gave her one hell of a haircut.
That's a promise. I'll tell her I'm sorry and make up for what I did.
Nelly's surprisingly well behaved with Morgana around. Although she was completely destroyed, so no amount of wishing will ever bring her back. But I won't stop you from trying.
Alright.
Now I think that's about time we wrap this up. This has been extremely long backstage shenanigans. It's dragged on far too long. It's not like we get to do this more than once a game, so I don't see a problem with taking it at a relaxed pace. There's relaxed, and then there's running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off, and you are firmly in the latter category. Now farewell, everyone, until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. I see you really like that phrase. Yes, I read it in a book once.
Okay, G-chan. Have a nice sleep. And please, if you have any trouble, just message me, okay? Promise me.
Bye. Sorry. Bye, Basinta. See you.
I hope we get to meet again eventually. Young saint, I pray your next life may be a peaceful one, and I swear I will never cause you any more pain. Goodbye. Stop dawdling, you two. We're leaving.
Right.
Later, guys. It was great meeting you.
So long. And see you again, perhaps.
A fitting place to end, I suppose. This always was the story of a cursed mansion.
Who could this possibly be? If this is Javi, it's gonna be pretty hilarious. I can't think of anyone else we've forgotten. Hey, now, have you forgotten someone? Or the white-haired girl?
What?
Oh, yeah, Imion, of course. I talked about them before.
Sup?
And here's the Battler voice, which is probably inappropriate, given now that we know, but whatever.
Hey, it's Mr. Mask.
That's gotta be your worst one yet, Jaren.
Oh, right. I forgot your story was included in this, too.
Come on, how are you just gonna forget one of the best stories in the game?
Wow, the writer knew that it was a badass story.
Woo! Knew what he looks like, but he sounds hot.
Oh, I guess the battler voice kind of works then.
Imion is a woman.
Oh, huh.
Hey, both guys and gals can be hot. And I'll put money down on me being a better man than any other damn guy in this game.
I can't really argue with that.
Who exactly is this anyway?
Right back at you, buddy. Who are you?
The hero.
I have the strangest urge to kick those smug teeth in right now. And besides, wouldn't it make more sense for Michel to be here to go over my part?
You're 100% correct. Let's leave this worthless man behind and go visit him in the present.
Stop right there. I'm not letting you go there again after how hard I had to fight to bring you back.
Fine then, I'll summon Michel here. He's probably busy flirting with Giselle right now, about now.
I feel terrible interrupting, so just let him be.
I thought you wanted to see him.
Oh, I'm not denying that. I'm just hoping our reunion to be under different circumstances. Next time I see him, I want to be such a hottie his eyes jump out of his skull, not this sad imitation of a zombie. Can you imagine the look on his face when he sees what I look like? It's gonna be great.
Michel has grown enough, I'm sure I'll have no trouble being friends with you, even after he learns you're not a man.
Damn straight he will. I pick him better than that.
God, he has a friends, a girlfriend. How much more typically good guy can he get?
Don't you dare insult Michel.
For God's sake, will everyone stop reading my mind?
So, Emmy, at the end of your story, was that like your boy inside thing?
No, I'm a woman through and through.
Oh, okay, that was unclear. Okay. Okay, so she is a girl.
Just pretended to be a guy from Michel.
Yeah, because the wording was confusing.
I do swing both ways, though. If we ever meet in another life, I'd love to take you out for drinks. Or anywhere else you'd like to go.
She's trying to pick someone up she met 5 minutes ago.
My heart skipped a beat. I'm seriously getting Lady Oscar vibes from you, Emmy.
Who's Lady Oscar?
Well, I suppose we should talk a bit about Ascento Dele while we're here. That story was originally included in a preview pamphlet, distributed before the main game was released, making it rather old.
Really? But it spoils the whole fucking thing.
It was then reimagined into game form for inclusion into Requiem.
The general beats of the story are the same in both versions, but there's more meat on this one. Plus, it makes my motivations a little clearer.
Making it so you started out getting close to Michel for less than a noble purpose, and then slowly warmed up to him gave the ending a little more weight, I thought. And as a side note, Imion was also briefly referenced in the main game.
I remember that.
During the scene in the mansion where Michel's spirit is breaking down, there's a line that goes, "At one point, a man with an unusual disease stumbled across the mansion while wandering through the forest," but there's little more to be said about that.
I remembered that, yeah.
That man is talking about there is Imion.
Okay, good night, Soars.
But that's not all. In the final chapter, he sings a song to the flaxen-haired little girl, right? And he says it's a song of an old acquaintance of mine heard while traveling. That acquaintance is none other than yours truly.
Oh, yes, I never made that connection. But it makes sense. There's no one else he could have heard it from. He would have said as much if it was from Giselle or his brothers. You ended up having a bigger part in the main game than I realized.
Good night, Source. Thanks for coming.
And I'm glad I was finally able to show up in proper here.
That reminds me. Didn't the rough Monday design for you show up in the game... show up in the short game released after the voice popularity contest?
Hello, Zarmagus. Welcome to the stream.
It did, but I'm not sure why you're bringing up something readers would have no way of knowing, since it's not available in English.
How was I supposed to know that?
You were called out for that exact thing a few scenes back. Anyway, sorry to disappoint anyone reading this who happened to have seen that design, but it's staying in the idea bin for now.
When that game was released, the staff hadn't settled on what Requiem would end up being. They were exploring a bunch of possibilities, one of them being to make the follow-up a light, cheerful game, which is where that came from. But they decided they really wanted to make something with more substance that was also capable of standing on its own.
I guess they decided to do the cheerful one after all with reincarnation.
So they poured their heart and soul into making the Requiem you have in your hands now, and I think you're satisfied with how it turned out.
Yep, that about covers it.
You know, ever since this backstage event started, you felt more like you're colluding with the author than the Lord.
Don't think too hard about it. Now, to talk a bit about the game we actually got. The main theme of Vicento Deli was friendship.
That's a thread common in most of the stories included in Requiem, in fact.
Friendship. How easily those bonds can break. Very sad stuff.
My friendship with Michel is fine and well, thank you. I just kicked the bucket a bit sooner than him.
You and Jackie were both real fixated on finding far off Utopia, though. Hearts off in dreamland, and you're not seeing what you already have within reach.
All I have in reach right now is a cursed mansion.
Fair.
That time period was a big factor in what happened to us too. My disease is much more manageable in the present day than back then. Michel wouldn't get sentenced to death in the church, by the church now either. I think it wasn't so much as a physical place we dreamed of, but the far future.
My eyes are leaking.
I thought you couldn't feel
I should read the room.
Well, I had my spot in the limelight, so you all should head back.
I hope we can see each other again sometime, Emmy. Everyone's going to see that you're going to the Cheesecake Factory.
The what?
It's a place where you can get all the cake in the world. Me and the other girls all decided we were going.
Sounds like fun. Then I suppose I'll join you and the other girls. Can't wait to meet him.
It's not that kind of buffet.
Oh my god!
Hey now, it's poor manners to read someone else's mind.
crude savages, the both of you. Let's be off then. Farewell, Noemi, and I'll say my line, should our souls somehow cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate, I will consider acknowledging your existence.
What kind of a goodbye is that?
Oh, that's a really good one for Morgs.
My gut tells me that was some kind of ridiculously backhanded compliment, but I ain't gonna push it. Later, gang. Goodbye.
Bye!
And I think that's all the characters.
Yippee, we're back!
Took y'all fucking long enough.
I only fell asleep a couple times.
Hey, where's Francois?
Abu his royal ass back where he came from. Can you imagine how absurd it would look for three of us just be chilling down here waiting for y'all to come back?
Oh, pshaw!
You had me scared for a bit there. I was worried I might not make the cut for the final get-together either.
Why wouldn't you? You're one of the gang.
I just felt really fucking bad about what I did, and I don't think I deserve to be called that anymore.
Oh, I didn't realize you were capable of feeling regret, Beefcake.
I'm not like you. You're the last person I want to hear anything about feelings from. Come on, Morgana.
I'm staying right here.
Get your little ass moving. I know you have complicated feelings about all this, and that I have absolutely no right to make you do anything. But this was still our story, so we should be there.
Fine.
The gang's all back together! Woo! Slums Gang represent! And with this, our story is officially over. Thank you all so much for sticking around for it. Now some parting words from our heroine, Morgs.
What?
It'd be weird for me to have the last word in your game. Your name is in the title for both games.
You can't expect me to come up with something on the spot.
Okay, Jack can go first. You think about what you're gonna say while he's talking.
What am I supposed to say?
Whatever. Just buck up and say something.
To all you out there reading this, I obviously have no idea what you think, but you feel about our story, our lives. But I hope at least it was something that left an impression. I'll stick with you. While I ended up screwing things up beyond belief, it was still my life, and I fought tooth and nail to make the best of my hand I was dealt. So it would mean a lot to me if some part of that could find meaning beyond the four edges of the screen.
Sure, Owie.
And I'm not sure what else to say. Well, I sincerely appreciate you sticking around this long. Thank you. That's it from me.
Nice. Now you're up, Morgs.
Very well. Looking back, the series has been active in some form or another for quite a number of years. Whether you've been following along since the beginning or only recently discovered Fata Morgana, I offer unto you my blessings. Oh, hello, XD, and welcome to the stream. Farewell, until we meet again.
Okie dokie, everyone. Give me your biggest smile. Bye-bye.
There we go with everybody. Thank you very much for playing our game. Thank you so much for playing my game. As the author, I would not normally make any sort of comment within the game itself. But with being a side story, a bonus of sorts, I'd like to bend the rules a bit and extend my gratitude to you directly. I would also like to offer my sincerest apologies for the delays in our Requiem for Innocence release, and thank you kindly for your patience. Hello NGH, welcome to the stream. Translation note, the localization team did not consume enough caffeine to keep their deadline and have been locked up to take time to reflect on their mistakes, and that's a red truth. Requiem is a deeply unpleasant and painful story, but I tried to sprinkle in little morsels of hope throughout it. Yeah, I can see. So hopefully you aren't coming away from it with a terrible aftertaste. Seriously, I think the side story at the end... Really, there's a manga. I didn't know there was a manga, XTN. With a terrible aftertaste. As mentioned in the Imion segment, we considered a number of possibilities for a follow-up to the House in Fata Morgana. But ultimately settled on the story of Jacopo and Morgana's past. I apologize to anyone who's hoping for something lighter, but this was the best way to touch on the themes I wanted to explore. And it feels like it fits in better with Fata Morgana this way. I'm glad I was able to tell the story, and I pray you were able to enjoy it. In writing Requiem by Elmer Fudd here, I spent many hours digging through the text of the original game's final chapter to make sure I didn't introduce any inconsistencies. While you only saw small glimpses of what was in their heads there, I feel like I was able to flesh that out and give it a real life here. Jacopo particularly was shackled by something until the very end. I think I managed to expound on what exactly that was here. I can't say whether he'll be able to free himself from those shackles anytime soon, but I imagine he will at least be trying. Let's put that hard-working trait to good use. Moving forward from Requiem's timeline, we know he makes the same mistakes in the main game's third door. But perhaps he will be able to reclaim himself when he's released from the witch's curse. Maybe I should make him do a Reclaim Yourself marathon like Michel. Now, while I said I was glad I could tell this story, I must confess it was, in a way, more difficult for me to write than Fata Morgana. Felt like it had a sad ending. Though there was a great deal of pain and suffering in the main game as well, it was not brought on by Michel's own failures, and in the end, his actions are still good. Requiem is very much the opposite, though. Writing a character who knows what they're doing is wrong, hates themselves for doing it, yet still barrels headfirst down that path was somewhat maddening to do. That said, I didn't get to write much of Jacopo not putting on an act in the main game, so hopefully you enjoyed seeing what's behind the mask. There are a number of characters in Fata Morgana with multiple personas, and that's an especially deep-rooted aspect of Jacopo's character. In fact, one of the reasons Jaren was so utterly lacking pretense, because I felt like that was a big part of too many existing characters. So I made her the exact opposite. Getting inside Morgana's head was also rather difficult. She described her time at the brothel as when she learned to experience joy. So I especially wanted to focus on making her feel more human. While she released herself from her curse at the end of the main game, that only brought her back from the negatives to dead neutral, and I hope one day she'll be able to turn squarely toward positive. A Requiem for Innocence was not only Jacopo and Morgana's story, but it was also a story of friendship, companionship, and growth. The characters in the main game didn't have much in the way of proper interactions there, so I'm glad I was able to use the first half of Requiem to show them having fun and living their lives without sacrificing what makes Fata Morgana what it is. I'm essentially fond of the Midsummer Festival scene, and Jacopo carrying Morgana on his back under the sunrise. What were your favorite parts? I love the Barnier kind of stole the show a bit, even though he's a horrible person. He's an amazing character. And like all the fight scenes with him and him talking with Jacopo in his head. And really incredible. Well, I suppose it's time to draw the curtains for real. Thank you so very much for spending your time with me in the house in Fata Morgana. And I hope that one day we may cross paths again in the boundless sphere of fate. Well, I'm glad I read the story. Backstage. Bonus track fragment. There's another thing, if you can believe it. Oh my god. Holy schnapps. Jeez. How long is this, I wonder? So, what's on the agenda for the day? What I want to do? There isn't anything in particular. Don't give me that look. I don't know what people do for recreation, because unlike someone, I didn't live a life of leisure and luxury. Yes, that's right. I'm a dreadfully boring person. Interesting. Is this their further reincarnation? I imagine you began to regret bringing such a dull girl with you. Not in the slightest. If you say so. Really? 20 more minutes? Yeah, okay. Then I really should take a bathroom break because I really gotta go. I thought we were close to ending. Oh god. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. The final, last, we promise thing. Here we go. Okay. But you tell us what we're doing today. Alright? Choose. Huh? You want me to sing? I don't mind. What are you laughing about? You didn't think I would agree? Huh. Okay, fine. I won't sing. Puppy dog eyes won't change my mind either. That's that. I'm not going to sing. Alone, that is. Yes, you're singing with me. Go find someone who has a lute and ask to borrow it. You don't get a say in the matter. You did ask to borrow that, right? And got permission? None of the shenanigans you pulled at the festival? Really? What is this, like an alternate universe or something? Oh, so this must be like an alternate universe. We need to remain on good terms with everyone if we're going to live here. Well, good. I'm glad you could at least manage that much. At some point, if we're going to do this again, you should purchase your own so you don't have to borrow one. It would certainly make things simpler, wouldn't it? Next time a merchant's in town, if they're selling a lute, buy it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. As long as it has the strings capable of making music, that's adequate. And if it's out of tune, you can tune it. You can at least manage that, can't you? What is this, like Morgana insults you ASMR or something? It's exactly how you described it, all those many years ago. Fields of wheat as far as the eye can see, swaying back and forth like waves in an ocean of gold. I'd assumed after all this time, you would have lost your fondness for such rustic scenery. That you preferred bustling cities, heavily guarded fortresses, and merchants peddling unusual wares. But it seemed I was wrong. Thankfully. Huh? Yes. I am quite fond of areas like this. They're pleasant and relaxing. I wonder if this really is where my real father came from. I never told you this, but in my village I was revered as a saint, worshipped as the daughter of God. And to this day, a part of me still sees myself as such. You're just an ordinary girl. Maybe so. You've said as much so many times that I'm almost beginning to believe it. That is entirely on you, yes. If I truly am, then I have a father somewhere. One night I overheard my mother muttering something. At the time I assumed it was just a dream, but if what she said was true, my father was a mere vagrant. A man whose face I never once saw, whose name I never heard. Would you like to meet him? Frankly, I'm not sure. I wouldn't know what to say even if I did. He might not even know I exist. It didn't sound like he had any interest in staying with my mother, which does not speak particularly well of his character. If he had chosen to stay instead of abandoning her, then she wouldn't have had to lie about having a virgin birth. Maybe we could have even been a normal family. And the entire course of my life could have been different. What? Why is that your first reaction? You're not going to hunt him down and give him a piece of your mind, no. Any form of violence is forbidden. Not even if it's for my sake. Too many people have been hurt already. Which isn't to say I don't understand what you meant. When you said the world would trample all over you if you didn't have the strength to fight back. As children, we were both helpless to fight back against a cruel world. But I stand by what I said. No more. I once believed you to be a weak man. But I've realized I was mistaken. I now know you have more than enough strength. Enough to take the lives of countless men. Some part of me always knew. But that's all the more reason. I don't want you to hurt anyone else ever again. To take any more lives. This is like a complete alternate universe here. 'Cause, she also mentioned something about, I'm guessing, Jacopo having, like, grown up in, like, a wealthy family.
Alright, I won't.
You swear it? I will have no choice but to deem you utterly irredeemable if you break that promise. Understood? What? No, that doesn't mean I think you presently have redeeming qualities. Have you lost your mind? Honestly, this is not the time for silly "do you like me" games. Don't tell me you're waiting for an answer. Because you're never getting one. What? Fine, if you want to know what I think so badly. No, I don't much care for you. Oh, yes, so I was wondering. Other towns celebrate midsummer as well, yes? I see. So it's a fairly standard summertime tradition. If you asked me to go, I would not object. What? Yes, I'm not particularly fond of the commotion, but it's a unique experience. There were no such festivals in the village where I was born. It was so small, there was little in the way of entertainment, so to speak. Perhaps I was their entertainment. A real saint appearing would indeed be cause for celebration. Life in the Lord's custody was miserable. But I'm not sure it would have been much different had I stayed. Maybe getting out was ultimately better for me. It was hardly all good times by any stretch of the imagination. But it did allow me to experience a more normal world. Oh, there you go again. I've long since tired of hearing you going on about ambitions. Yes, I know. My definition of normal is too impoverished for you. I've heard it a dozen times now. But this is what I know. So climb down off your high horse and adjust. I'm not so accommodating a girl as to unconditionally support you in your endless endeavors to climb up and up and up. In fact, I intend to kick you back down anytime you start trying. So keep yourself in check.
I used to think I didn't have any right to interfere with your dreams. But now I'll be doing everything in my power to stand in your way. Keep that in mind. And I'll just have to find a new dream. Excuse me? So you're going to look for a different way to be a fool, then? Did you hear a single word I said? Every single one, yes. Why do I even bother? So what madness is brewing in that hollow skull of yours now? I'm gonna win your heart. Now this is much better, him saying this when she's of age. Or at least I hope she is in this timeline, in this alternate timeline. That was even worse than I imagined. You're possibly the world's biggest fool. Oh, okay. Oh, what is it now? You want me to call you by your name? Why would I waste my breath? Listen to how many times I'm saying your name. You're not yourself today. You're never so forward. It's not right. Perhaps you ate something moldy. Besides, your name is just another word. It's nothing to get so worked up about. What are you, a child? Disappointed I'm not what you thought? I never said that. I'm not going to call you by your name. Understood? For heaven's sake. Let's change the subject. The way you're silently staring at me is making my skin crawl. So, the lute. I would like you to teach me how to play the lute. Why? Is there something wrong with me wanting to know how to play? I suppose it is unusual, perhaps. I never had a chance to learn much of anything, though. I know little of how people normally entertain themselves. So I want you to catch me up on what I missed. And don't get upset if I'm a slow study. You do have an impossibly short fuse, after all. Something else. Let's see. You know how to fish, don't you? You would go to the river sometimes, as I recall. We still don't know much about this area. Perhaps there are rivers or lakes nearby. So, teach me how to do that, too. All right. Come on, don't just stare at me. And do you know any other words than okay? Good heavens. Will you say my name? You don't know when to give up, do you? Is it that important to you? I don't want you to forget. I don't want you to forget me again. I don't want you to forget what I look like, the sound of my voice, or I feel about you. Yeah, this is like some kind of alternate universe. I don't want you to forget what we talked about, what kind of man I was, with all the time we shared together. Please, don't forget me. Why would you ask me that now? Right as I was. Oh, right as I was. If I had remembered, would anything have been any different? Could we have not ended up so far down the wrong path? If I had gone and found you, would that have stopped you from becoming what you did?
Yeah, this is either an alternate universe or another reincarnation.
No, forget it. It's not worth thinking about.
Can I hold your hand?
Pardon? You don't need to ask permission for every little thing. You've always been like that. Always ask permission or have me initiate any kind of physical contact. Except when you would put that ointment on my face, that is. Even that morning you carried me home. You wouldn't just pick me up, you made me climb onto your back.
Because I promised I wouldn't touch you without permission. Oh, that's a nice thing to say at the very least.
You actually kept that ancient promise for all those years. Is there no end to your stupidity? I swear.
I wonder, is this like another reincarnation and they remembered as well? I wonder.
Someone needs to come up with a new word to describe you. Do as you please. Look at you, a grown man shaking like a fawn. Sometimes I can't tell if you have a heart of stone or of glass. Though I suppose I'm not terribly different in that regard. Unable to even speak my heart unless there's no one around.
Oh god, oh no you guys, OBS fucked up. Oh god, oh god. Oh god, it must have skipped some for you guys. Hello? Oh god. Oh shit. How many lines were skipped? What was the last line? Oh god, oh god. Oh god, oh no, no, no. Oh, okay, it's still fine? Okay, good, okay, good.
Not even able to show any vulnerability.
Thank God.
You once said, who knows how many years ago, that being this close has the effect of making us more open. Well, I despise you more than anything in this vast world.
This might even be a world where Jacopo didn't, have her locked up in the tower. I think that's also possible. That could be that kind of world. Where he immediately escaped with her, and he didn't have her locked in the tower, and he didn't have Yukimasa go after her. So yeah, this has to be some kind of alternate universe if he's asking to hold her hand and she has both her arms. So it can't be, yeah, it's got to be some kind of alternate universe.
I was unable to even speak my heart unless there's no one else around. Unable to face you except through this childish fantasy. Not even able to show any vulnerability. You once said, who knows how many years ago, that being this close has the effect of making us more open. Well, I despise you more than anything in this vast world.
There we go.
You showed me happiness, and then you showed me the depths of absolute despair. I have no idea what to do with you.
Okay, maybe it might be a third reincarnation.
So I didn't do anything. I couldn't do anything. What other choice did I have? Yet here you are, still lingering. After I released your soul.
Yep, okay. It's another reincarnation. Yep, okay.
You went and put on a new set of shackles. What was even the point?
Okay, good. So they're confirming this as another reincarnation. Tell me, how many times have you tried to grasp at this illusion? How many times have you punished yourself? I suppose, if you want to think I'm just part of your illusion, I won't stop you. This whole realm is an impossibly idealistic fantasy. That's fine. It makes it easier for me to say this. I do regret some of what I did. That I misdirected my anger. Oh, yes, I still revile you, of course. But even more so, I'm heartbroken. How did it all end up like that? So far gone, so irreversibly off the path. It was my words that ultimately pushed you over the edge, wasn't it? I want to make amends. I don't need your atonement. I told you already. It's all done. No curses, no forgiveness. Okay, yeah. Nothing more between us ever again. Why then? Why am I here talking to you? It's foolish. We're hopeless fools, the both of us. But it's not my fault. This realm is overflowing with so much warmth. I can't hold back everything I've kept locked away all those centuries. But in the end, I just feel wretched about it all. I would have rather never remembered. We spent our lives trying so hard to suppress those memories. Fighting against our pasts. Just as we're doing now. All right. That's quite enough. Would you please let go of me now? Hello. I said let go. Let go of my hand. I love you. And I hate you. I'll never feel anything but hatred for you. There's nothing left in my heart but that. This is simply me showing pity for a pathetic lost soul. I was never able to let go of you. Maybe you should have just said so back then. Or I suppose you couldn't have. I had someone else to lead my way. All you could do was sit back and watch me go. You were never one who could cry in front of others, or hold on to someone for support. You had to rely on this sad fantasy to bring yourself to hold my hand. There truly is no hope for you. So what now? You're just going to stay here all alone for the rest of eternity? So, okay. Thank you for clarifying. So they're in the spirit world still after the original Fata Morgana. Okay, thank you. Many, many ages ago, when I was still a child, I looked up to you. I might have even had some fondness for you. What? Perhaps so. Perhaps it would have been better if we had done this sooner. I want you to forget everything I've said. This is a realm where nothing bad ever happens, right? So I'd like to indulge in this childish dream for a little while longer. Have you finally calmed down? Like smog all you want, I saw everything. I know good and well just how sad a man you truly are. Someone's waving to us in the distance. I'm still not particularly good with strangers. But the people in this land are also kind. And you'll be holding my hand, won't you? Of course, let's go. Yes. Let us be off. And there we go into the post-world. As spirits, I'm glad they found some kind of peace. Rather than showing you the world one day, someday, I'd like to bring you somewhere where your body and spirit can rest easy. Not as atonement for my sins, because I want to see it too. Sweet dreams, there it is. Oh wow, look, we even got the title screen change. Okay, that lasted a bit longer than I thought it would. Hello, Tron Buster. Welcome to the stream at the very end. Well, you guys, I think I already said everything I want to say about Fata Morgana Requiem. This certainly was a roller coaster of emotions. Seriously, yeah, it's like Aladdin gone wrong right there. I'm glad in the end their souls were able to find peace. Alright, you guys. Thursday is more Archinelico, and Friday start a brand new game, 428 Shibuya Scramble. This is to be very unique, even among the games I've played on this channel. Alright, you guys. Thank you all so much for joining me on this story here, Fata Morgana Requiem. Until next time, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You're all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.